listeners tonight, I have to mention this absolutely ridiculous story. I mean, good God Almighty in sweet blue heaven. It really goes to show you just how ignorant our society is today. And they are ignorant. I'm sorry. But we have one hell of an ignorant society in this country today. And they all think they're intelligent. No, you're not. You're a moron. Shut up. Stop talking. These are our college students of today. Oh, God. College students. Look, I went to college too. Okay? I mean, these college pukes, they think they're the only ones that have ever been to college. They're the only ones that know anything. But you don't know anything. You're 19, 20, 21. What, are you kidding me? You're babies. You're not fully developed yet. You haven't lived long enough. You don't know a goddamn thing of what the hell you're talking about. You have not lived long enough to know what the hell it is that you're talking about. You're babies. I'm sorry, but you are. And I went to college too, and I never once bought into that nonsense. Every time you turn around, some bastard was trying to get you to sign this petition, that petition, join this group, join that group, go to this protest, go to that protest. Shut up. How do these college pukes have this much freaking time to be protesting things that are non-existent, I would say? They don't exist. These problems that they have, they create problems out of thin air and spend their entire day trying to solve problems that don't exist. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I never got it. Even when I was in college, I never got it. Get the hell out of here. Take your petition. Shut up. Go away. I'm not going to no goddamn protest. What am I protesting? Well, we don't know. We're just going to protest because that's what we do. We're college students. College students have to protest. Everybody's trying to relive the 60s. Well, say what you want. I grew up in the 60s and the 70s. And yeah, there was something to protest about the Vietnam War. Yeah, communism. Yeah, there was, communism was really bad at that time and we wanted to get rid of it. But did we really need to go into Vietnam? No. I'm going to go ahead and say no, we didn't. But those that did, we can't spit on them. We can't talk bad about them. They were out there doing a job. And on one side of the fence here, they were out. The men that were actually out there fighting were actually trying to do something good. But the men that were running the war were just trying to make money. And I got a lot of good friends at my VFW, which I was at last night. And a lot of them are Vietnam veterans. They're good guys. They're good guys. But the 60s are over. Okay? The 60s are over. Stop trying to relive the 60s. You can't. Stop living in the past. That's the problem with liberals. They always want to live in the past. They want to dwell on the past. We have people right now, liberals right now, they're still living in the 19th century. We're way past the 19th century. We are in the 21st century. Catch up, liberals. Catch up. Students at a small Pennsylvania college are demanding. They're demanding. You're demanding? What are you demanding? Demanding that administrators rename a building called, get this, Lynch Memorial Hall, because of the racial overtones of the word lynch. Not making this up. I didn't write this article. I'm not making this stuff up. Don't blame me. The building is named after Clyde A. Lynch, who was a president of Lebanon Valley College from 1932 until his death in 1950. Students want school officials to either rename the building entirely or add Lynch's first name and middle initial, saying the word recalls the public executions of black men by white mobs in the late 1800s and early 1900s. You frickin' idiots. How, God, this is what really, I swear to God, I'm going to go out of my frickin' skin here tonight. Are you, my God in frickin' heaven, how stupid can you frickin' college pukes be? Well, what about Loretta Lynch? You ever heard of her? Yeah, she's our Attorney General. Should she change her name now, too? Huh? And she's even black. This is a black woman with the last name Lynch. She doesn't seem to mind her friggin' name. If you goddamn idiots actually paid attention and did a little, I don't know, research and found out why it was named Lynch Hall, maybe you wouldn't be so stupid. Maybe you wouldn't be so goddamn moronic as you want to change the friggin' name of a goddamn hall at your fucking stupid school. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry for blowing up and cussing here, but God damn it! Oh my friggin' God! How can you frickin' idiots be that goddamn stupid? And yes, I'm going to call you stupid. There's nothing about you that is not stupid. It was included on a list of demands. They're demanding. Students demand. Well, let me tell you something, students. You don't demand a damn thing. You go to your class, you learn, you go home, you study. And if you got a job afterwards, well, then you go to work. And you shut up. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what I did. I went to class all day, then I went to work, then I went to rehearsals. Then I went back to the scene shop. We built more sets. Then I slept for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so. And I did it again. I didn't have time to go to protests. I didn't have time to demand. I was in college to friggin' learn. I was not in college to protest. Other demands. They got more demands. They don't have enough? Other demands include a more diverse curriculum. What in the frickin' hell is that? What the hell are you talking about? Include a more diverse curriculum? What does that even mean? Oh my God, I've never seen such stupid in all my frickin' life. A more diverse curriculum? More sensitivity training for staff and regular surveys on the racial climate on campus. I mean, my God in heaven, I'm going to blast off. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're going to hear nothing but dead air because I'm going to friggin' stroke out. More sensitivity training? Sensitivity training? What the hell? I mean, my God. Sensitivity training? How about what? The hall has been named Lynch Hall because it's named after a man. They called it Lynch Hall. Clyde A. Lynch. But see, this is what I was talking about earlier. People don't listen. They only hear. So they only hear the word lynch, and they're thinking lynch mob. They're not listening. They're hearing. Because it sounds like lynch. It sounds like a lynch mob. So we need more sensitivity training? No. There's no sensitivity. What the hell is sensitivity training? And regular surveys on racial climate on campus? What the hell? A racial survey? I mean, my God, a survey? A survey? A survey? Really? A survey? Really, really? A survey on the racial climate? What is a racial climate? Huh? What does that mean, racial climate? Stop using the word climate, because you friggin' idiots have no goddamn concept of the word climate. Nor do you have any friggin' concept of the word racial. Nor do you have any friggin' concept of the word sensitivity. Maybe if you spend a little bit more time in the books, rather than smoking weed, sitting around with your buddies coming up with all kinds of crap to protest, maybe you might actually, get something accomplished. Become successful in your life. School spokesman Marty Parks, he said yesterday that President Louis Thane is considering all demands and will address them at a forum next month. He's going to consider these demands. Oh, I'd consider them too. I'd consider your demands as toilet paper. That's about all they're worth. And called Lynch, well, we got to say Clyde A. Lynch now. We can't just say Lynch, because that means that somebody's going to lynch a black man, even though the person's name is Lynch. This is how these people think. This is where our frickin' society is today. This is how they think. They read how they hear. They only see the name Lynch. Oh, it's got to be a lynch mob. That's racist. Well, Mr. Parks called Lynch a very important figure in the history of college. He also said that officials want to avoid doing anything that would denigrate his memory or legacy here. Quote, unquote. Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Parks. By simply acknowledging this overwhelming nonsense, by simply acknowledging these freaking idiots, that right there alone has denigrated his memory already. Just by simply acknowledging these idiots. You know what you should have done, Mr. Parks? You should have said to these students, you know what? You're stupid. You are stupid. You have no business being in college. You need to go back to high school. Figure it out. You can no longer be in college because you're not mature enough to be in college. Because you're an idiot. You don't understand. It's called Lynch Hall because it's named after Clyde A. Lynch. We're not going to call it Clyde A. Lynch Hall. We're going to call it Lynch Hall. Because that's what it was named. That's the man's name. We're going to call it that, and you are going to shut up. Or we're going to expel you from this school. That's what they should say. But do they? No. No. They don't take the opportunity. They do not take the opportunity to teach their freaking students. It seems to me that these college professors are allowing and giving the opportunity for the students to teach the professors. And what can a student possibly teach a professor other than idiocy, other than stupid? Well, Mr. Lynch led the college through the Great Depression and World War II. See, they don't teach about that stuff in school anymore. They don't teach that. He raised $550,000 for a new physical education building. The building that bears his name houses several academic departments. But his name is Lynch. He's got to be a racist. Even though our Attorney General, who is a black woman, her name is Lynch. Maybe she should change her name? Is that what we need to do? Change her name? Huh? She's a black woman. Her last name is Lynch. Why aren't you protesting her? How is that not racist? Huh? You friggin' idiots. Now, who do you really think is responsible for these students' stupidity? That's what I want to ask you. Who do you think is really responsible for these students' stupidity? Well, I'll tell you who I think is responsible for these students' stupidity, and that's the public frickin' schools. And yes, I will blame the public school teachers for this. These are your students. You taught them. You cannot get stupid on your own. You cannot get stupid on your own. Stupid is a learned behavior. You have to be taught stupid. You cannot get stupid on your own. Stupid is a learned behavior. And yes, you teachers, you taught these kids. You taught them stupid. Don't give me this crap that you're doing such a great and wonderful job. Well, if you were doing such a great and wonderful job, why is every one of your frickin' students stupid? Because you taught them stupid. And yet they want a raise? I mean, my God. I mean, the starting salary in New York as a school teacher is over $50,000. $50,000 of taxpayer money goes to these frickin' idiots teaching your kids to be stupid. And you have well over 50,000 of them in New York alone that go into these what they call rubber rooms because they're not qualified and they're not allowed to even be in a classroom because they're incompetent or they're this or that and bop, 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 bop. They're not allowed to be in the classroom, but they can't fire them because they've got a contract with a union. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Screw your contracts. If you can't do your job, you don't deserve your job, you lose your job. Period. Conversation just ended. Bastards are hanging out in a rubber room. They're reading magazines, jerking off all freaking day, taking thousands and hundreds and millions. Basically, you put that 50,000 school teachers a year. 50,000 school teachers in the state of New York. And their average salary is well over $50,000 a year. In Suffolk County, you start at $50,000. But you take all over New York, I mean, we're talking millions of dollars of taxpayer money in the state of New York has to go to these teachers. Well, they're not teachers because they got kicked out. They can't be fired. These people, and they get full benefits. That's right? No, that's not right. That's friggin' wrong. If you can't do your job, you don't deserve your job. And yes, I will blame you, public school teachers. This is your product. This is what you created. Frickin' college students demanding like they don't have anything to study. This is what they got to worry about. The name of a hall. How about how many children are being ripped from their families every day in this country? Thrown into foster care where they're abused, neglected, raped, thrown into the porn industry, starved, beaten. Don't you think that's a little bit more important to protest rather than the name of a goddamn hall? What are you kidding me? Why are you wasting your time with that? There's a lot of things to actually complain about in this country, to bitch about, to actually protest. But where are these college students? They're worried about the name of a hall because it has the word lynch in it, and they think that means, lynching black people. I mean, you cannot make up this level of stupidity. You can't do it. This is where our society is today. And you're okay with that? You're okay with that? You're fine with that? You accept that? This is okay with you? Well, it's not okay with me. Each and every one of these frickin' college pukes that came up and bitch, pissed, and moaned about it. You know what the president should do? Say, okay, you're gonna bitch, piss, and moan about this? Obviously you're not doing your job as a student, which is studying. So you don't deserve to be a college student at this college. So you know what? You're expelled. You're out. Pack your bags and screw. That's what the president should do. Guess what? Those problems would all go away, wouldn't they? But do they? No. We can't offend anybody. You can't even exist on planet Earth without offending somebody. I'm so sick and tired of everybody being offended. I'm offended by you frickin' people always being offended. Maybe if you shut your frickin' traps long enough, maybe you open up your ears and goddamn actually pay attention and listen, maybe you might learn something, and maybe you wouldn't be so offended all the time because you would be educated. It's always the uneducated people are the most offended people. The educated people aren't offended because they know what the name Lynch is after. It's after the man, Clyde A. Lynch. They know it's not about a lynch mob, but that's all they hear. That's all these college pukes hear. Oh, the word lynch. Oh, that means hanging black people. Well, white people have been lynched too, A lot of people have been lynched, not just black people. This is how stupid our frickin' society is. This is how goddamn stupid our college students are, and they're going to be our frickin' leaders one day. God damn, this country is in a frickin' mess. And yes, I'm going to blame you. I'm going to blame you, public school teachers, because it's you that taught them this stupid. It is your fault. You taught them this, and you parents, how dare you allow your children to be taught this stupid? Why are you not attention to your goddamn children's education? Why are you not telling your children, listen, you do not listen to your stupid teacher because they are stupid. You listen to me. I'm your goddamn parent. Why are you parents not taking goddamn interest in your children? I got to get off this story. I got to get off all these stories. I'm pissed off tonight. I told you. I'm going to lose it tonight. I got nothing good to talk about tonight, and I'm sick of it. I'm so freaking tired of having to talk about this kind of crap. I really am.